What's good, fam? I'm at the Ponce de Leon. You know, my husband's always, you know, Ponce City Market. I don't know why my face looks so fat today, but okay. I think it's a marathon going on today. The day my daughter wanted to decide to come out and walk with her mommy and daddy. I hope everybody's well. Hope everyone is safe. Let me give you a little smidget of what's going on over here. That's the hubster and my baby girl, my firstborn. Some kind of marathon going on today. I don't think you can. You walk with the marathon?
You can, but it's up to you because I don't want to be in nobody's way. Dad.
Look at him, always ready to get involved. Come on over here. It's a marathon going on.
But regular people can walk.
But you can walk, but you're gonna be in people's way.
Which I want to do. I'm here for y'all.
How long is the marathon until?
12.
12?
How long the marathon be?
No, it's usually an hour. Momo and Marquise ran by the time I walked to the damn car. They was done.
Yeah, but the marathon was already going when they got there, right?
No, it started and finished within like an hour and a half to top. You know what? That's why I said let's just go to Brooklyn Bagel. Get us a bagel.
Why didn't you say that in first place?
Because I wanted it to be unanimous and it wasn't.
How long the marathon? He said he don't even know. He's not running, so he don't know.
Yeah, we in the way.
What you want to do?
What you want to do?
I'm doing whatever y'all want to do. I mean, I will still walk. Look, two people right there still walking. People got to walk, run around them, but y'all don't want to be down with the crowd.
Right. Excuse me. You think we out the way and we... Look at that crew up there.
Yeah, they just jumping in.
See, this is not a day where you're supposed to be dressing sexy.
The run? Or the trail? What do you mean?
How long the race is?
Oh, 5K? So 3 miles?
Probably less than an hour.
Okay.
But I don't know if there's like multiple runs going on.
That's what I was thinking.
And I think there is. Because I ran this way and there were a lot of people like dressed in certain costumes and then some people that were just dressed regular.
Oh, they got stuff going on today.
Alright, we can go to Brooklyn Bridge and stuff.
And we come on a Sunday. Is that better? Do they have marathons on Sunday?
When I came on a Sunday.
This is beautiful. I love this.
Yeah, this is nice. We gotta come here, baby, and just chill.
Bring our water.
When they know how to ride bikes, if we still out here by the time they get their bikes, it'll be good for the run, especially Kasai. He could just run all over the place.
Oh Lord, forget about it. Busy butt. All right. There's a lot going on this morning. So
you showed us the path. I still didn't get to see the path. Now I know what the path is. You should put it in the GPS. Go to the second level parking. It probably will guide you.
all right, we're going to Brooklyn Bagel.
And Trader Joe's.
Why are we going to Trader Joe's?
You can go back up and stuff.
Oh, Quasia didn't know she was going to Trader Joe's. He ain't playing. All right, see you at Brooklyn Bagel. I'll show you guys my bagel.
Yeah, I go to Trader Joe's. I buy the coffee.
All right, peace.
Go.
This is nice.
It's moving.
Huh?
The gimbal moving.
This is not the gimbal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they kept all the industrial
It's my baby girl. It's my oldest, my firstborn.
Y'all could have went on the rooftop.
That's where Madeline
But
wanted
see,
to go.
They was again. We was pressured to go back to see our friend in the hospital.
Oh.
That's why I said, Mommy not gonna do it again. Trust me, because they
You don't.
Hi, Carlos.
On our way to Brooklyn Bagel. I'm going to get my pastrami. I should get an egg on it too. You can get what you want. Everybody's outside at the Brooklyn Bagel. See you inside. How's everyone doing today? We were going to walk the Beltline, but apparently they have like several races going on today. My daughter suggested that maybe Sunday's a better time to come. So we're gonna try Sunday. This is like our third time coming and we still haven't achieved what we set out to achieve. So my husband just went and ordered us pastrami bagels from Brooklyn Bagel again. Don't worry, I'm gonna take a laxative. I'm gonna get it all out by tomorrow.
Like he's gonna have those moments where
That's basically it. Just waiting on our bagel and we're gonna chill. We out here with my daughter. And that's really it. Looking forward to this bagel, and this doesn't happen often. It happened last week, which was a miracle. We found this Brooklyn bagel place, and I had a pastrami bagel last week actually. So good. So since we came by the Palms, the Beltline, why not have another bagel? Right? So, looking forward to that. When I get it, this time I got pastrami and egg with Swiss. So, when I get it, I'll show you guys and talk about it. Peace. Yo, you know what I meant to say? It was crazy. Is that I was coming into the bagel shop here, and there was a Caucasian gentleman behind me. And he says to me, your outfit is really cute, very colorful and vibrant. I'm 55 years old. I promise you, a Caucasian has never complimented me on anything I've ever worn in my life. So I think we're evolving. Some way, shape, form, or fashion, we're evolving because I've never gotten a compliment from a white man. Never. But anyway, all right. I'll see you when the bagels come. Peace. This is good, yo. It's more room. There's a visitor today, yeah. It's my beautiful baby, my firstborn.
Follow me on YouTube.
Follow my baby on YouTube. What's your YouTube?
It's Quasia. Quwasin.
That's it? Okay.
Line with the French toast bagels, 208, 206,
Yeah, y'all.
214, 213.
This time I got pastrami and egg with Swiss and some spicy mustard. Take my first bite.
206.
With tofu. I don't like, you know I don't like my bagels toasted. But it's good. It's good. Talk to y'all later. Let me eat in peace. How you like your bagel, babe? Bagel.
It's good. I don't think the bread is toasted.
It's
But
toasted.
but very tangy. That mustard.
I didn't even eat mine yet.
My daughter ain't even taste hers yet. She's got to do the whole jig-a-ma-jig. All right, I'll be back.
Do I want to just go? The original plan was there, and I was like, I just can't. I'm not gonna go.
How you like? It's good.
too.
That's my baby. That's my grandson. What's your name? Kasai. That's my other baby. That's my first love.
That's my kid.
That's my kid. These are my babies. These are the kids who you hear screaming in the background when I'm trying to do a video. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
All right. See you later. Peace.
Yeah.
Hey, fam. I was up and out this morning. You'll see before this clip. But I don't know, when we came home from the Beltline, I completely got into my feelings as far as my husband is concerned. Like I said, I don't know if it's the menopause that was kicking in. I don't know, but my feelings completely took over me. And when I say that, back to the betrayal again, And I've been with my husband for about 35 years of my life. We've been with each other. 35 years of his life we've been together. And during those years, there was betrayal, from him. And what's weird is, when I was growing up, I didn't see marriage in my future. I saw the way, like in my prior videos, I've explained how my father treated women, and I wanted so hard to try to avoid being in those type of situations. So the way I wanted to live my life was work, travel, date, don't get too serious, don't fall in love, right? That was my goal, like after high school. I knew I wasn't gonna go to college. I hated school completely. I just didn't want school anymore. I had been through so much from my childhood to now teens, now going into adulthood, that I just didn't want to be bothered with school. When I did have my daughter, I did go to nursing school for a year, and I hated every minute of it. It takes a really, really, really headstrong person to deal with any type of medical schooling. And I just didn't allow myself to submit to that, But do I think about it now? Yeah, I should have pursued it. I wish I would have had that strong arm on me saying, "You're gonna finish. Go finish. This is what the future could bring for you." I didn't have that, so I just basically did what I wanted. But anyway, I met my husband. We fell in love. 2 years later, I got pregnant, and with that whole pregnancy thing, once again, marriage wasn't in my cards. Okay, I got a baby by this dude. I really love and care for him, but whatever happens. That was kind of my mental back then. But before I got pregnant with my daughter, my husband, my boyfriend at the time, he was out, and he went out with his boys, and he had got shot in the face, right? So this particular weekend, I had came over to spend the weekend with him, but he had already planned to go hang out with his boys. So I was at his house. He was still living at home with his mom, and I was allowed to come and spend the weekends with him or whatever. So I was, at his house, sleep, waiting for him to come back home from partying with his boys. And got a call, maybe 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And the call wasn't a good call, And on the receiving end of the phone, I was told he had got shot in his jaw, right? But his brother took the call. I was in his room sleeping, but I can hear what was going on. I was in his room sleeping, and his brother comes and knocks on the door and tells me, that, my husband, my boyfriend then had got shot. So now it's maybe 1 going on 2 o'clock in the morning. I jump up, get dressed, run. Couldn't get a cab that night. And he was in the Village in St. Mary's Hospital, all the way down close to Lower Manhattan. So I took the train to the Village and went to St. Mary's Hospital. And what's crazy is when I got up to get dressed, his mother didn't get up. His father didn't get up. His brother, who gave me the message, didn't get up. Nobody got up to go to the hospital to go check on him. I heard his mother tell his brother, "Oh, I'll check on him when I get off work tomorrow." Your own son. You'll do a full 8 hours of work before you'll get up and go check on your son at the hospital. But me, as a woman, I get up in the middle of the night and ride the train in New York back in it's probably early 90s, like 90. And it was crazy back then. Anybody who's familiar with New York, riding the train 2 o'clock in the morning is very dangerous. But I did it because I was in love. I loved the man maybe more than I love myself. And I got up and I went and made sure he was good. I didn't go to work the next day because I made sure he was good. But his parents did. It's been a whole 8, 10, 12 hours, maybe more than that, since he had got shot. And they came to see him, check on him, and they came on back home. What kind of parent is that? And they're West Indian parents, so they're pretty headstrong, ego-driven. It's a whole bunch of bull bureaucracy behind being West Indian or, being from another country. It's just a whole family ego-driven thing. It's crazy, right? Nursed that man back to health. But before that night I got up and got dressed. I was getting dressed. And I'm putting my jeans on now, the same jeans that I had on. Actually, I took the jeans out the laundry. They were washed. I took the jeans out the laundry and I put them on and I couldn't button them. Couldn't button the jeans. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, oh man, maybe I dried them too much. But I got to get in these jeans because I got to get out of here. I didn't have much clothes by his house because I was just staying on the weekends and maybe once or twice out the week. So I put these jeans on and couldn't fit them. Could not button up these jeans to save my life. Couldn't button them up, right? So didn't think nothing of it. I put on one of his hoodies because he loved to wear college hoodies, like big, bold hoodies, right? So I put his hoodie on, put the jeans on, and slightly zipped them up and tucked them in with a belt or whatever, and was on the train. Went to the hospital, checked on him. When he came home a couple of days later, nursed him back to health, went back to work. I would say maybe a week after that happened, went back to work. Losing my days, losing my vacation time. It didn't matter because I love this dude. Went to work. Now, at work, I would always keep on my calendar, the dates of when I got my period and when my period ended. My mom always trained me to keep a note of when you get your period and when it ends. It was important for a woman to know these things, right? So that's what I did. And I also didn't want to be embarrassed at work. If I knew my period was coming that day, at least I could look on my calendar and know that my period is coming. And in my decks, I always kept a pack of pads. Just never wanted to be caught out there and be embarrassed behind that, at least not at work, right? So after all that went down, now I'm going back to work. I'm at my desk and I'm saying to myself, I'm just thinking. So I opened my desk and realized I hadn't opened that pack of pads in a minute. So, I'm like, uh-oh. I'm counting now. I'm looking at the calendar. I'm counting the days from the last time I had my period. So now my period is late. It's late. And now I'm thinking back, that's why I couldn't button my fucking jeans. That's why I couldn't button my jeans. So I didn't say nothing to him because he's home trying to get his better. I would see him after work. And I think this might have been like a Friday, Saturday. I came over and I spent the night and I waited for his parents to leave for work because they would leave for work like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So when they left for work, prior to that Friday after work, I had went to Dwayne Reed and bought 2 pregnancy tests, right? And I said to myself, I kept it in my bag. I didn't take it out. I said, when they leave for work Saturday morning, I'm going to go downstairs in their bathroom where it's quiet and peaceful at, and I'm going to take a pregnancy test. Took a pregnancy test. That test lit up so fast. Like, it wasn't even, how they say wait a certain amount of minutes, wait this long or that long. It instantly just, bitch, you're pregnant. So I was scared. I was afraid because all my friends had been pregnant, had abortions, all kind of shit. That wasn't me. And how was I going to tell him this? But then I thought about it like, damn, he got shot in the face. What if God would have decided to take his life? And I'm stuck here pregnant with his baby. I don't think I would have been any more good. Knowing my dude is gone and I'm carrying his baby and he's not here to share this life and experience with me. I would have bugged out. I really probably would have bugged out, right? But God gave him a chance. God spared his life. And there's so much bureaucracy behind him getting shot. Oh my God, I can go into the story that was just told to me last year by a friend of ours behind my husband getting shot. It's a lot. of pain and anguish that I've tolerated during that time. A lot of pain, a lot of love, a lot of giving of myself at a young age, you know? And I finally did tell him he was happy. He was very happy. He never showed me that, you sure? It was never, he never second guessed it. He never questioned it. We just moved forward. And I would say maybe 4 or 5 months into my pregnancy, he asked me to marry him. And he asked me, but like I told y'all earlier, marriage was never in my cards because I saw how my father treated women, and I didn't want that for me. I would rather be alone and enjoy my life alone than to allow a man to abuse me mentally and physically and emotionally. I didn't want that for me, right? So 4 or 5 months into my pregnancy, we got engaged. But I explained to him when he put the ring on my finger, I'm not ready to jump and get married yet. You know, let's play house for a little while. You know, let me get to know you, and I want you to get to know me before we take this step. Now, he comes from a home where both his parents were still married. Both his parents was married. He was the youngest. His brothers and sisters are like in their late 20s, 30s, you know. And they've experienced, all of them had kids at that age, or at that time. All of them had a child or two, you know. And he grew up in a two-parent household. You know, I grew up a little into that for a short time, but like I said, there was a lot of abuse in all aspects, right? So we played house, and we played house for about 5, almost 6 years of my daughter's life. And so now I'm getting ready to have another baby. Maybe 5 years later, I'm getting ready to have another child. And so, now we've moved in together. We've got our own place. We're working. We're paying bills. We're living like a family. So now I see that he's responsible. He's reliable. I can really depend on him with my eyes closed, So I told him, I says, I'm tired of playing house. It's time. And he never second guessed that. All right, when do you want? I gotta go get a suit, this, that, and the third. I need me a little dress. And we went down to the Justice of the Peace. And the cutest thing is, we dress our kids up so cute. We went 4 months into, I think it was 4 or 5 months into my son being alive on this earth. We got married. He was about 4 or 5 months old. My daughter was 5 years old at the time. And we went down to the Justice of the Peace. And we got married the day before Thanksgiving. We've been together ever since. Still going strong, right? He's betrayed me on several occasions, right? Betrayed me. I just knew that our bond was so tight, yo. I just thought our bond was so tight. No woman, no man could break our bond. But he proved to me that that was a lie. And, this happened on several occasions. But I think by far this occasion that I'm about to bring up was when I should have left him. I should have bowed out, and I made an attempt. I attempted to leave. And this is recent. And, the way I look at infidelity is when your man shares a bed with another woman, when your man shares the money that he's supposed to bring home to your family with another woman, when he's sharing things with her that he should be sharing with his wife, and that was really not the case in my marriage. That really was not what he was doing. It was just conversation, some unchoice things both of them were saying to each other, knowing that this is a married man, but it festered in my soul for so many years prior. Like I felt like my husband and I, we do everything together. Everything. Getting money, whatever it was, we did together. Sex wasn't a problem. Talking to each other wasn't a problem. Spending time with each other, partying. We partying, hanging out, doing excursions, going all over the place, just doing shit together. But there was a part of me that in my soul, it wasn't rocking right. When I'm with this man, I'm feeling a void in my soul. Like I couldn't understand what it was. And this was happening for so many years. And I'm just like, well, I know it can't be the sex, because we still banging on that. It can't be the going out and spending time with each other, because we still banging on that. It can't be the conversation, the talking about life and what we need to do and this, that, and the third, because we always doing that. Paying our bills and loving on each other as husband and wife and as mother and father to our kids. We was rocking. But I still couldn't understand where that void in my soul was coming from when it came to this man. I couldn't understand. And all I said, I put my hand up to God and I said, God, your will be done. Because I've searched, I never found anything. I would go through his phone when he sleep, but never saw nothing that was disrespectful or to put up my antlers to say, yo, this nigga doing some grimy shit. Was never that. Not until we moved to Atlanta. Not until we moved to Atlanta. My husband was talking to this woman that he used to work with for years. For years. When I say years, I'm talking years. From the time, because I think she might have left the job first or he might have left the job. I don't know. But they grabbed each other's phone numbers up and they got to talking from that. And I never knew about it. Because what this Negro would do, if they talking, he would delete her, had this woman in his phone under some other dude's name. Every time they would text, email, whatever, he would delete it out his phone. And the only time he would really conversate with her was when he was at work. He worked nights. And then come home and smile and love up on me like he didn't have a conversation with a whole woman. And how I found out was I was looking for some other shit that I had found out about. So I was going through his phone behind some other shit. So I got on YouTube, and I love YouTube University, and got on YouTube because I have an Android and he has an iPhone. So I got up on YouTube University to find out how can I go on his phone and retrieve deleted text messages. And so I found what I was looking for. I found exactly what I was looking for. And I was ready for it. I'm always, sorry y'all, my light over the dining room table is going in and out. But I'm always prepared for smoke. I've always lived my life like that. I've always been prepared for the smoke. So I woke this nigga up out his sleep. And ladies, that's how you get your nigga. Don't give him time to think about shit. Get that nigga when he's sleep. Get him when he's freaking sleeping, yo. And that's what I usually do. I get him when he's sleep. I'm not going to go into detail about my reaction. It was almost deadly. I could have gone to jail. How bad my reaction was. Because I gave my life up to this man. And so did he. And every now and then I would ask him, you know, you good? We good in this marriage? You ready to bow out? You ready to move on? You ready to taste something else? You ready to... I've always asked him that. Because I don't want you to sit and live with me knowing that you feel some kind of way about me. And I'm thinking you just love me unconditionally. And that's not the case. You got some underlying feelings about me. You know, but you allowing yourself to live and fester in it. I would never take your kids away from you. I would never do that. They love their father. I love you. You know? So taking your kids, and I've seen a lot of relationships where women walk away and their kids don't never get to see their dad, spend time with their dad. All it is all about the almighty dollar. And that's it. But that was never me. That was never me. I love this man unconditionally. Like nobody could tell me nothing about my husband because of the love I had for him. I still have so much love for him. I feel I still have so much more love to give him. You know? But I think more so when COVID hit, I was really feeling that feeling. It was almost like somebody literally punch you in your chest, and it take a long time for that pain to go away. And I couldn't understand. I'm like, we doing good. We working. We both got good jobs. We loving on each other. I was making extra money outside my job. I was vending, selling jewelry. You know, I was living. I had lost a ton of weight. I was living I thought we were living a good life. But them text messages was saying different. And so when I found out, I asked my husband, I told my husband to call her. You know why? Because she knows me. She's bought jewelry from me. She came to my house. and bought jewelry from me. And I told my husband, how do you know what mental this woman is in? She could low-key be watching us on IG and Facebook because we were always posting pictures. She could low-key be watching me posting pictures, you posting pictures of you and me doing things, different excursions, different events we was at, and waiting for the right time. Waiting for the right time. And that time she came and bought jewelry from me, it could have been that time. She could have just randomly took my life because she might have wanted to be with him. And I would have known nothing. She could have came or could have had somebody come, do me, wait till I die, whatever the case may be, and went on with my husband. This is real life shit. These are real life issues that real life people really do go through, you know, and I wouldn't have known the wiser. So when I did find out, I told him to call her. So when he called her, she didn't answer the phone. So I left an unchoiced voicemail. And I told her, you got my number. Give me a holler. But you know what this dumb bitch did? Her and her cousin, because she, you know, you think people are stupid. Her and her cousin got together, you can create fake phone numbers and send people text messages through these fake phone numbers through these apps, right? So what she did was, her and her cousin got this fake number, and she went in her phone and sent me all of the text messages and the IG messages that her and my husband were sharing for years. For years, y'all. And that's the feeling I was feeling. My husband's soul was with somebody else. It was disconnected from mine. And that was the pain I was feeling in my chest. Because the minute I found out, my hand to God, the minute I found out, that pain went away. Like a burden was lifted off of me. Like a burden was lifted. You know? It's crazy because my husband and I our souls are so connected because we've been together for so long. We've been together for so long. He feels what I feel what he feels. And it's crazy. We have to sit and chuckle about that every now and then. She threw up shit in my face that only my husband would know. Not even my friends. Only my husband would know. You telling me shit about me? So that means you and my husband are sitting down. Y'all talking about me, bitch? You talking about me? I'm that important to you where every day y'all conversating about me? See, we as women don't realize that when you are messing with another woman's husband, that's your karma. Because you're going to get that shit back. Because you are intervening in the man and his life. You could have been the bigger person to say, I'm going to walk away from that. I see you and your wife are in love. Maybe we should stop talking. But nope, she kept the conversation going. She saved those messages, those pictures. She sent me everything. But you know what's crazy, y'all? My husband never spent time with her. They only talked on the phone. Never went to her house. Never went on a date. Even though that was mentioned in the conversation that they had, that they should meet up and go have drinks one night. But it never happened. So it was talk. It was a lot of talk. And to me, talk is cheap. Talk is bullshit. Because you can easily tell a motherfucker you love him. But you don't have to mean it. It's just talk. Going through the text messages, they never laid down with each other. It was just talk. He told me this woman was her friend, was his friend. But the things that I was reading, I said, this friends don't talk to each other like this. Why she never came? If she's your friend, all your homegirls, I know. I've sat down and broke bread with these women. I'm even friends with a girl, I stand corrected, a woman that he had a relationship with when he was a teenager. Me and her are good friends. We call and we check on each other. You know why? Because she never fucked my husband. She never slept with my husband. So I can sit down and have a conversation with you, because I refuse to sit down and have a conversation with a woman who slept with my husband. I'm just not going to do it. That's just me. Some women can do that. I can't. I can't do that. So this woman who he's been talking to, his ex-co-worker for so many years, they never slept together. They never slept together. Just a bunch of egotistical conversation. You stroke my ego, I stroke yours. After that, I was ready to go. I had went to Baltimore. That's where my son and his fiance live. And they let me sleep. They had another room. And I stayed there for like almost 2 months. 2 weeks I was there. I had found a new job. And I'm trying to figure out how to take the next steps to divorce. Because I've been in certain situations where a man could have controlled my marriage if I would have allowed him to. But I've never allowed no man to come in my life and destroy what I've built, what I've grew, what I've grown. Never. But he did. I nursed this man back to health when he got shot in his face. His mother didn't. His father didn't. But I did. Everything we built was on the strength of me. I can honestly say that. And I can pridefully say that. Everything that we've built was on the strength of me. But never threw that up in his face. Never disrespected my marriage. Always kept my vows. Kept them in my soul. Like I will never let no one disrupt my marriage. No one. And he did that to me. He did it to me. And I think because it was done to me 2 or 3 times prior in our entire marriage. And I've still never disrespected our marriage. Never disrespected my children. Never disrespected my home. Never. Because I just always knew that my man was my man. And this was meant to be. I had 2 babies. He gave me 2 beautiful babies. I loved him for that. He showed me how a man is supposed to treat a woman. He's never, to this day, he's never disrespected me. Never called me a bitch. Never put his hands on me. Yeah, we've argued a time or two, but it never was violent where I was worried for my life. Maybe he was, but never was violent to me. Never. And I loved him so much for that, because he was everything my father wasn't. At least I thought. And we had a conversation. I had a conversation with our friends who came over last weekend. And we were out on the porch and we were talking and politicking, and we got into relationships. And I said to her, my friend, I said, you know what? I think it's in every man's DNA to treat a woman, to cheat on a woman. I strongly feel that way, because every man that I've ever known cheated on their woman. Even my own son. Even my own son. Every man that I know of has cheated on their woman. So when you get into a relationship, a man cheating on a woman, in my opinion, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Whether he do it that one time, whether he's one and done with it, but it's going to happen. It's in the DNA. It's going to happen. But never really realized it till 2 years ago when this incident went down. I was ready to go because I had enough. What am I here for? My children are grown with their own lives and family. What am I here for? I still got a little youthfulness in me. Let me rock out and maybe I can find me somebody. Wasn't really looking, was focused on me getting my money up and getting me a place to live. And living the life that I should have lived when I was 19 years old. Maybe that was my chance. But my husband has a way of speaking to me that is so intoxicating. He has a way, his verbiage and the way he speaks to me. I know when he's speaking gibberish, and I know when he's speaking from his soul. And 3 weeks I was at my son's house. I didn't speak to him. He would call my son to see if I was okay. He would call my phone. I wouldn't answer. He would text, just checking to see if you're all right. But I wouldn't respond. And so after 3 weeks, I had got the job in 2. But after going on to the 3rd week, one morning he calls me. And I'm like, let me answer this phone. And I'm like, hello. He's like, hey, I'm glad you answered the phone. And then I went on to tell him, I don't think I'm coming back. I do have to come back to get my things, but I have to figure some things out. I got me a job, and I don't think I want to come back. And we just moved out here in Atlanta. We've been here 2 years, 3 years. I didn't want to come back. I was done. And I thought, maybe is this God telling me? I really couldn't figure out what God was telling me. Was this something? I looked at it as I would ask God, God, why am I feeling this way when I'm with my husband? Why do I get this feeling? Your will be done. You show me the way, because I don't know where else to go. I talked to him. We good in our marriage? We good? Yeah, we good. Ain't nothing wrong, baby. Kiss me up, love me up, whatever the case may be. And we living. He would tell me that I'll feel good for like 5 minutes and I'm back to still and feeling the same way. Still feeling the same way. But I told him, I'm done. I'm not coming back. I know at some time I do have to come back and get my belongings, but I found me a job. And that time I was going through menopause really, really bad. It was really, 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 it was like on 1,000. And my brain and the way I was thinking and conceiving things and receiving things, it just was overwhelming for me. And, you know, during the conversation, it was basically like, you know, I can't tell you what to do. I know I hurt you. If you come back home and allow me to make it up to you, you know, you come back home, you don't even have to work. Let's figure out this menopause. You don't have to work. I'll take care of you. I'm sorry that this happened, that happened, this happened, this happened. But I'm going to make it right. I will never allow you to second guess our marriage, our relationship, finance, nothing. Never have to second guess. These are the things that were promised to me. And I must admit, my man did a 360, better than what he was. Better than what he was. And I said, where was this man some years back? Had you been this same man, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. Had you been the man you are now, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. But there's that saying, it's never too late. Never too late. And I love it. I love it. But, you know, with this menopause, all this old shit keep coming back to me. And he's always promised me that he would allow me to express my feelings. Whatever's on your mind, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I may get tired of talking about it. This is what he's saying. But if it's on your mind, let's talk. If it's going to make you happy, let's talk about it. And he's allowed me that. He's allowed me that. And I'm grateful for that. I got passcodes. I got passwords. I've got all of the passcodes to the monies, to the savings, to insurance policies, to everything, you know. And it's not many wives that can say that. It's always been that way. Way before that incident, it's always been that way. So in my opinion, I don't think he had intentions on leaving. He just wanted his ego stroked every now and then. And she was giving it to him. You know, I stroked the ego too. I was stroking the ego. So what was she doing? What was she stroking that I wasn't stroking? You know, and we in person here. You know, but I can go on for days about woulda, coulda, shouldas. But, you know, women would say, I would have left his ass. But he didn't sleep with her, y'all. That's the only reason why I probably would not have come back, had I known he slept with her. Because my mind would not be able to take that. I would not be able to take that mentally. knowing that what you have between your legs, you shared with another woman who brought our two kids into this world, and you sharing a bed, and you sharing what we've made love with to bring life into this world, and you sharing that with another woman, but it wasn't that. So I was okay. I talked to God, and that's all that mattered to me. That's all that mattered to me. So, needless to say, my husband and I have been married 27 years. We've been together for about 34, 35 years. I'm happy, and I'm glad that he allowed me to say how I feel. Every now and then I get in my feelings. I do. I'm human. And usually, I hear a lot on the social media platform that, women cheat and they go back to their men and they make their lives miserable and, this and that, and they end up in divorce. And okay, we can't sit and judge other people's marriages and lives and what they're going through in their houses. We only could speak for ourselves. If I was her, I would have left that nigga. It's too much invested. And like I said, he didn't sleep with her. He didn't share his organ with her. He didn't share his organ that we brought two kids in this world with. You understand what I'm saying? So I look at certain things in life, I look at differently as a woman. Like, even though there was a lot of talk on the phone and texting and all this stuff, I get that. But he didn't sleep with her. He didn't. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Does he spoil me? Does he give me everything I ask for? Absolutely. That's not why I'm here. Because there was a time I was going to leave him too. I paid down on a whole apartment. But it's his words and his promises that just draw me back in. I love the man. I thank God for the man, because God is very jealous. If you're not thanking God, you in trouble. So I thank God for what I have. So then I ask God, can I live my life with my husband and grow old with this man? Is this it? Because my heart can't take no more. Is this it? And it's showing me that it is. This is it. And I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm a lot happier than what I've been. A lot happier. So, that's my betrayal from my husband. We still together. We still loving on each other. We still building and growing, y'all. At this rightful age of 55, we still building and growing. And I'm taking it day by day, and I'm loving every minute of it. I promise you. I love being married. I love cooking and cleaning for my husband. I love traveling and exploring different experiences with him. I wouldn't want it any other way. And it takes a strong woman to stay. It takes a strong woman to stay. And if years, if the good outweighs the bad, then you a fool if you leave. And our good always outweighed our bad. Always. Because I write my list down and I have a conversation with God. And the good always outweighs the bad. I'm here, y'all. Loving on my man for over 35 years. And the only way we gonna part is if God says so. So, with that being said, I'm sitting here at the table. I have a gimbal that I just purchased from TikTok. I have a DJI camera that I'm too lazy to transfer the files onto the laptop to sit there and edit. I have not found a good editing app that's easy and simple like the phone. The phone is so easy to edit on, but when you got to transfer this onto the laptop, and y'all see I wear glasses, right? And y'all can see how thick my glasses are, right? So the screen on this, because this is an older model. The new one hadn't come out yet. So this is the one my husband got me, which was the 2. The screen is small. The screen is very small. The new one, I think, is a little wider at a rectangular angle. I do want the new one, but I think that phone is like the camera's like $600. Not for something that I already have. So we're gonna try to figure this out. I'm gonna edit this video and hopefully upload it. I got my little pen thingy to help me edit, and we're gonna try to figure it out. But I just want to share, in Jerry's world, I am an open book. I figured, me expressing things that have happened to me in my life is a way of healing, is a way of talking and letting go. I was just upstairs in my feelings a little while ago about what I've just spoken to you about, and talking to my husband, I know he's tired of hearing about it, because for like a whole year, I just was drilling him. Just was in his head, like, and I don't want to be, I want us to just live, without all this, because I feel betrayed, because I've had ample opportunities to betray my marriage, but I didn't, because I didn't think any man was stronger, more powerful, more loving, deserving of my love than my husband, because he's earned that. We loved on each other since I was 19 years old, so I look at life and dealing with men as a waste of time, because men hurt you. Men think they can do whatever they want to do and just hurt you. But once I find out, I get the last laugh. And I did. I got the last laugh. I got everything I wanted. Everything. So, with that being said, everybody have an amazing day. Today is actually Saturday. I think it's the 19th. Yeah, today is July 19th. Yeah, July 19th. So, everybody have an amazing weekend. My day actually started from like 5 o'clock this morning. So by this time, I done did what I needed to do, and I'm in my jammies. Well, actually, my little house gown. And I think I'm just gonna chill and work on figure out this gimbal and edit this video right now and probably upload it as I sit here, and that's it. So with that being said, everybody have an amazing day. Be safe, and I love you. I love you for free. Peace.